It's the Sumo Show, the podcast that discusses everything that's going on in Japanese Grand Sumo. Whether you've been steeped in sumo lore since the Heisei era, like me, Stan, or you're a dedicated fan who wants to get deeper into what's happening on and off the dohyo, like our good friend Troy, or you're brand new to the world of sumo and just want to learn what it's all about, no matter how much you know about the sport, the Sumo Show has something for you. So let's throw some purifying salt into the ring, do a few big Shiko foot stomps, and see what's new on this week's episode of the Sumo Show. So konnichiwa, everyone. No Coyote. Welcome back to my co-host Troy.
Well, hello.
Well, hello there.
A good Nagoya Basho preview unto you, my friend.
Good Nagoya Basho to you too.
Thank you.
You said that well.
Thank you.
It's not like Kokugikon.
Yeah. Yeah, I've been practicing, though. I mean, I'm going to save it. I don't really have it now, but...
Usually when you practice around me, you practice it wrong for humorous effect.
Who, me? No. I only try my hardest.
Mm-hmm.
So, wow. Okay, so there's some stuff going on with this Nagoya Basho.
There is. We're getting ready to start. It starts in less than 48 hours. And there was stuff that happened this week. Like right after we finished our last show.
Right? I know, right? Exactly.
It was like an hour and a half after we finished last Sunday that I got a news email from one of the sources I follow about the fact that Sekiwake Wakatakakage, who won the May Basho, and we knew had been taken to the hospital. We talked about that. He'd been taken to the hospital, but it seemed like they were leaning on, well, tests have been run and we'll find out. Well, it turns out that it wasn't tests had been run. He had been taken to the hospital for emergency surgery and he was out for sure.
Yeah. Pretty serious compact compression
compression syndrome in his thigh.
Yeah.
Which basically is a syndrome, from what I found reading about it, a syndrome that develops after, like blunt force trauma or repeated blunt force trauma.
Yeah.
Very often in the calves, but he got it in the thigh. And it's where swelling happens and some cells break down such that they cut off blood flow.
Yeah, dangerous.
And if it's not treated quickly enough, then parts of the area just go necrotic.
Yeah.
So
yikes.
I would say that, coming to think about it, it might be a description of what happened to me on my lower leg about 8 years ago.
Oh, no.
Yes.
Well, nothing like a retro diagnosis to help you understand.
Well, it doesn't matter. I mean, I know what happened. And I know I had some necrotic skin that had to be cut off. I didn't have to have surgery for it.
Yeah. That's horrible.
It left a giant scar on my lower leg.
Wow, that's horrible. And so that was the end of your sumo career?
And that was the end of my sumo career.
Yeah.
I've never gone on the dohyo since.
No, you haven't. That's too bad. Well, I mean, at least we have the Sumo Show.
Right. At least I did it those 2 times.
That's right. That's right. To great effect, and then the injury.
Yeah. I finished with a 2-1 record.
Nice. Well, hey, at least you went out on top.
I finished with a kachikoshi.
Nice. I'm glad. So it looked to me like as I've read up on the updates, that he's doing okay.
It seems like so he had the surgery on Thursday of last week and was in the ICU, and he had continued bleeding, so he had a second surgery on Friday, and then he was moved out of the ICU about the time we finished up, or they announced it about the time we finished up the show last time, and that's when they announced, he's out for this.
He's out.
He's not going to be there. So no Wakatakakage. If you picked him for your team, Don't go unpick him. Quick.
Go unpick him. Yeah. What the deadline then is going to be tomorrow by noon.
Yes, noon.
That's right.
On Saturday the 11th, noon Pacific time.
That is right. So get that done. Don't be a goofus. Be a gallant.
Don't be stupid. Be a smarty.
Yeah, be a smarty. Looking at the subreddit, r/sumo, and lots of people. I mean, there's some. It's a different energy around this basho, and
Well, I mean, there's always a different energy around Nagoya. It's
really
the weather is just such a huge impact. It's summer in Japan is hot and humid. Nagoya is kind of in the middle of the country, and it is an area that is very hot and humid. And this is the second year in a new stadium that has air conditioning. Because before that, it was hot and humid in a stadium with no air conditioning.
I just can't even.
Just brutal. But it doesn't really make it that much less brutal. Like apparently you're getting up and it's temperatures in the mid 80s in the morning. And high humidity.
Yeah, so it's the humidity that kills me. Someday we're gonna make a trip to Japan, and
it will not be in midsummer.
We're gonna have to install some AC on the palanquin.
We just have to pay extra for someone to jog along next to it and fan us.
Yeah, all right. I'll see what I can do. But now Nicholas Tarasenko. Ase. Is he on did he make it to is he on the Banzuke?
He is having his pre-sumo. He's being introduced. He's joining a sumo this tournament. The way it happens is you have a tournament where you are announced.
Yeah.
And you have what's called pre-sumo, which is a tournament, some fights just between all the people that are announced, and to give them a chance to go up and get their first win, hopefully. and it's usually a bunch of 15 to 17-year-olds, and that he's having his pre-sumo this tournament, and the reason he's so interesting is
19 years old,
and
he's from the UK. White kid.
There you go. It's not so much that he's 19 years old. It's that he's 19 and from the UK.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens with him. I don't remember. Do the notes you have say what Heya he's joining?
It does not. I mean, I'm certain that it doesn't because I clicked right through to. Hang on here. Japanese Times. The main tournament winner rushed to the hospital. Okay, we're talking about Wakataka.
He's joining Minato stable.
Yes.
Nicholas Tarasenko, 16-year-old. 16 years old.
Wait, he's 16?
Originally from Hull.
Wait, I thought... No, he's older than 16. He turned 17 in June.
All right, so he's 17, but he's not 19.
So
born in June of 2009.
That headline was confusing. That's true, and so although still very young and raw, Tarasenko's first interaction with Minato stable came when he was just 14 years old.
So there you go, newest foreign wrestler, and first one from the UK in a good long time, maybe ever. I'm not sure.
Fascinating. That's pretty exciting. That'll be interesting to see how he does. He is such a young guy, and from the UK even.
Yep.
It'll be, but yeah, he's clearly been on the scene. I mean, from the age of 14. I mean, it feels like he's had a roadmap.
Well, I mean, you don't get in as a 17-year-old unless you've had some connections and you've done some. And no, given that each Heya can only have one foreign wrestler, they don't invite you in as a foreign wrestler unless they got good feelings about
Very
you.
interesting. That's good to know. Yeah.
Yeah, that you got to know that you got to find a Heya that's really hungry, Troy. If you ever want to get invited in, they got to be really hungry.
This is so confusing because I'm looking at these headlines and I think that they're just, oh, this is a different kid. 18-year-old son of former Juryo Sunahama,
Okay.
Oyakata Musashigawa conducted the scouting. This is an 18-year-old from Hawaii State High School. Interesting. Okay, well, I mean, they're bringing in some.
Is that at Musashi?
That is, yes,
Yeah, so that's the former Musashi Maru's one of the Hawaiian boys, former Yokozuna
right.
Musashi Maru.
Got a recruit and 18-year-old son of former Juryo Sunahama,
Awesome,
aiming for Yokozuna.
aren't they all?
Well, yeah, one would hope. Well, that is it's kind of fascinating, friends. Sorry that we're kind of taking the long way around here, but I'd like to see sort of what they're doing to kind of scout out the next crew or the next so the next generation. Is that pretty usual that they start that young?
That foreigners start that young?
Yeah,
No, not usual. And so they the Heya are always scouting like any
yeah,
professional sport, but they're mostly going around to the junior high schools and colleges in Japan. But they also regularly make trips to Mongolia and have connections other places. So it would not be that unusual for someone to go to Hawaii sometimes, but there's not a lot of sumo going on even in Hawaii. So
well, and he's the
pretty well
child of
known. But
former
they
sumo
have
wrestler.
and if someone has connections and they have someone who's looking promising, they
Yeah,
will call up the people like Musashi Maru and say, "Hey, we got a kid here. He's looking really good," and he'll next time he's home visiting, he'll look him up and follow him out and pass the word around. So
yeah, interesting. He's heading to the Autumn Basho,
is when he's going to make his debut.
his debut.
All right. So
That's
usually,
interesting. Yeah,
then, particularly with the young, well, actually with any of them, they get invited to come and be a visitor and live at the stable for a while uh, to kind of test them out and see if they can hack it at all. Because it's one thing to understand sumo from a sports perspective as a Western person in the
something
UK
very
or
different to
Hawaii,
live it.
even as a fan of the
Yeah.
sport, and it's another to come and live there and see what it's like because that life is just crazy, right?
Right. Yeah, it's one thing to know the moves, and probably another to know how to make the chanko.
Yeah, and that as a young guy in the stable, you've got to get up first and clean everything, and you've got to work the hardest, and you've got to wait to eat, and you just seeing what it's like and deciding that you want to commit to that. It seems to me that usually when they do someone that they don't get that early uh, or make those advances with, they get here and they just flip out because it's crazy if you're not
Yeah,
ready
yeah,
for
I
it.
imagine it's such a difference. Right.
But they also will arrive. They'll particularly arrive with like, all right, well, I need to start winning and get up the Banzuke because this is just not tenable. I'm not living this life
Yeah,
if I can't succeed.
right.
And you'll often see that there was a Canadian kid about 6 or 7 years ago, who everyone was talking about, and he came in and he wasn't making really quick advancement, and he just left. He just very quietly kind of left, and don't know for sure what it was. It might have been injury, could have been any number. It could have been homesickness, or it could have just been that
Right.
living life in the stable
Wasn't a
as a
fit.
lower
Yeah.
level rickshaw just was not, and this was someone who had been a successful athlete. He'd been a, a football player and done uh, Greco-Roman wrestling, and he had athletic background. And I think that, you know, if you don't have the information, you come in thinking, all right, well, I'm going to go and be an athlete in Japan, and it'll be somehow comparable with that. You don't think you're signing on to be the lowest man on the scut pole.
Yeah, right. Yeah, exactly. Which, yeah, so it's also they're so young.
Yeah.
It's just surprising to me that they start making them moves at 14.
Yeah.
Like that's
Well, but
just. I
that's
mean, I
part of the
guess
way
it's like any
things
other sport.
are in Japan,
Yeah,
because at 14, everyone goes to the same elementary school. Right? You go to your local elementary
yeah,
school, but when you get to junior high school, you have to take an entrance exam to see which junior high school you can get into, just like getting into college. And you have a test at the end of every year to see if you get invited back. And so you're taking the equivalent of the SATs, your age equivalent of the SATs every year starting at 13. And the kids who don't make it, who are physically gifted, will want to try and find a, a way. And that's where sumo was a way out for people who either knew they wanted to do sumo and didn't want to
yeah,
do school, or weren't doing great in school and had physical promise. So you say, all right,
right.
well, I guess it's like going to a trade school, which is professional sumo wrestler.
Interesting. That's good. Yeah, I'm surprised we hadn't really talked about that a lot, but it's that's really interesting to me. I'm looking at. Did you happen to read the sort of vision for the future from the chairman,
No. I mean,
Akaku?
I remember when that was a couple months ago, right?
Yeah, it was like a month ago.
I remember when it happened. I
I,
remember reading about it, but I didn't look at it too.
yeah, it was very interesting. It is one of the things that I thought was really surprising was that the the number of wrestlers listed
Yeah.
on the official ranking has fallen below
Yeah.
600, which is
Yeah.
unusual. And he mentioned the declining birth rate, a decrease in the athletic population as the reason.
I mean, that's certainly part of it, but you know, declining birth rate is a problem that Japan's been dealing with for a while now.
Ah, okay.
It was in the news when I was there, uh, but
Right.
um, if if there's hunger to get into the sport, that's not going to be really. It's for sumo, declining birth rate is a problem just because there aren't enough kids being left out. We need more kids being
Right.
left out.
Yeah.
If it's a thing that everyone wants to do, that is really like, oh, this is a thing I want to try. Well, then the fewer kids are still going to want to come too. But yeah, it's certainly a problem. I think the larger problem is that sumo is not as popular in uh, just as an activity for young kids. There's a lot more video games.
Right.
Same
They're
kind of
competing with
thing
a lot
like
of
that's happening
noise.
with competitive junior level sports in the West. Right? Not everyone plays little league baseball. Like, I mean, and I know it was never everyone, but it was a very, very common thing in our generation, right? That to some degree you wound up playing on a little league team because that's what your friends were doing.
Right. Yeah.
Even if you
Yeah.
didn't love
Yeah.
it, even if that was all you did was play for a couple of years and then you stopped because it got competitive and you discovered girls or comic books or whatever it is you discovered. oh, um, and but you know that was one of the reasons why baseball was a national game and why
Right, right.
baseball is struggling. So it, I think that sumo's problems are more that in order to want to get into sumo, you need to start doing sumo and at a young age, and then the more popular it is as a junior sport, the more people will even have dreams of taking it to the professional level.
Right, right. Yeah, very interesting. Yeah, and then just sort of reading. I just love Japanese, sort of
Deferential phrasing,
reporting. Just it's just kind of like at the end of it is they talk about how that he succeeded Kida Naomi, and talking about the many hardships, and how he lifted the ban on drinking alcohol that he had imposed on
right?
himself. And he says wistfully, has it been 10 years since then? Because there was no laughter until now. Drinking, telling jokes, and having a big laugh is the most fun. I guess things are finally turning out that way. And then they finish by saying, if he completes this term, it will be his final term of the second longest tenure in history. I hope these will be 2 years where smiles never fade. Japanese journalism is very, very fun to read.
There you go.
There you go. Well, so that's a little extra sumo for everybody.
Little extra sumo for the sumo show. We're gonna
That's
start.
right.
We're started
That's right.
off with dessert. All right,
We
you
did.
ready to get
Have
to the
some
meat
dessert.
of it?
Let's do it.
All right. Well, let's look at the yes, the Banzuke. Going back to the Banzuke once again. This is from the Grand Sumo app that you can get for your iOS or Android device. It is the official app of the Sumo Association. They are not sponsored, and we do not have permission to use it. Thankfully, we're
but
not making any money off this.
That's right. As a matter of fact, Stan is a card-carrying subscriber.
Yes, and it's a free app, but there is a subscription option, and I subscribe. I send them money every month.
Yep.
All right, so here's what we got going on. So we're thinking about our Fantasy Oyakata teams.
What?
Right? We're thinking about that.
Fantasy Oyakata. Fantasy Oyakata. Why that played twice?
Once again, double dip.
It's your lucky day, friends.
Yes. So we're thinking about putting those teams together.
Yeah.
And our top level, our championship level, are between the Yokozuna and the Ozeki. So those first four slots: Hoshoryu, Onosato, Kirishima, and Kotozakura. You're going to pick one of those. Now, word is coming around that Hoshoryu maybe not in awesome shape.
Yeah, that would have been my guess. Yeah.
These both of the Yokozuna, when they are in really good shape, they're inviting the press to watch them do their practicing in the warm-up. And both of them have been practicing not in front of press. Onosato was reporting his results. Hoshoryu wasn't reporting his results so much. And the last thing his Oyakata said about his training is, "Oh, he's definitely in. We're hoping that somehow he can finish all 15 days."
Oh,
that's a
that is not. Yeah, that's a very low bar.
Statement that inspires confidence.
No, not at all. So folks might want to consider maybe
he's aiming to take the cup. Not, he's looking to get a good start and finish strong. We're hoping that somehow he can finish all 15 days.
Oh boy.
So I was kind of leaning on him being in better shape than that. I don't know. It's kind of he's moving off my list of uh, people I'm likely to choose.
I hate to say it, he's kind of moved off my list already. Just given I just have he hasn't been doing well, and so I thought I'd give him a break.
Not have him karmically weighed down with you.
Right, that's right. We don't need to curse the man. He's had enough
Yeah,
already.
he's got enough going against him. He's got enough problems. He doesn't need me.
No, he does not.
Ono Sato also not practicing publicly. They were releasing, statements, particularly when he trained against Kotozakura midweek. But then after that, they stopped talking about who he was fighting, and he wasn't. If he was going to other Hayes to fight, he didn't really say where. So, um, there is still his Oyakata still has it. Well, his arm is getting stronger and he's looking great. He's moving well. We're gonna hope for the best. Okay, well that means we'll see.
We hope he can make it to the ring.
Yeah, well, no talk about he's in. There's no talk about we hope he can finish.
Right. No hope of the morning
It
dew
doesn't
on
mean they're not worried about that. It means they're not worried about it that much.
Right. Yeah. No, and you just given the way we know that they talk about, things, this is pretty much, yeah, it feels to me like they are quite, it sounds like something you say, when you are quite worried that he won't make it.
So Onosato, I mean, particularly given that other people are having troubles, still maybe maybe the choice. But I can't with any confidence say he's looking good.
Yeah.
I just know that as long as his shoulders healed up, he'll probably look good. He'll probably once again have those same problems, kind of getting his ring sense back, which we sometimes saw in his early days when he was healthy, right? Just kind of getting back to the flow and the feeling of being in the ring. So maybe I put him as a maybe. Kotozakura is the same as he ever is. I don't think he's winning a tournament. He hasn't shown me win a tournament level more than a couple of times in his whole career. He shows me win 10 or 11 matches level, and he's fighting for that. He's Kadoban this tournament. He's got to win 8. That's his first stumbling block. He said the thing they always say: "I'm not worried about 8. I'm aiming for 10." But he's aiming for 8 first. So I really think Kirishima is among those 4 the best choice. He is on a potential Yokozuna run. He could get promoted to Yokozuna if he does well enough, like 13 or more wins, 13 or 14 wins, and a tournament win would probably be necessary. But even some of the people from the Sumo Association have said, no, I mean, not necessary. He performed well enough to win last time. If he performs well enough to win this time, maybe. Which really sounds like they're hedging their bets. And I think they're afraid their 2 Yokozuna are broken and they don't want to go without one.
Right.
But still, of the 4 in the champion level, I think Kirishima is the way to go. I think we're going to see another Fantasy Oyakata game where everyone picks the same rikishi at this level. I think everyone's going to pick Kirishima.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
In fact, I will tell you flat out, I for sure am picking Kirishima.
Yeah. I think I will be as well.
Next, we have our Sanyaku level, the Sekiwake and Komusubi, of which we have 2 extras this time because we've got 4 Sekiwake. Unfortunately, one of them is Wakatakakage, who's out. So we've got 1 extra. Got Atami Fuji and Koto Shoho and Ao Nishiki, who also just got demoted from Ozeki for having been Kadoban and getting injured.
Uh-oh.
He's coming back. Also, someone who has not been showing his sumo publicly. He needs 10 wins. If he can get 10 wins this time, he will get promoted back to Ozeki. And he and his Oyakata are talking about that. They're not dodging the question. So that means they've got to have some confidence that he might be ready to do it. Not so much confidence that they're showing him to the public.
Right. Yeah.
And then our Komusubi are Yoshino Fuji and Oho. Yoshino Fuji in the Sanyaku for the first time. Good job there, Yoshino Fuji. And Oho's back again. Gonna try it again. He keeps coming up into the Sanyaku and having terrible. Every time he gets that promoted that high, he just has a terrible tournament. And like we talked about last time, it's all mental. It's a mental block.
Yep.
So hopefully he's overcome that hurdle. He's trying this another bite at the apple, another swing at the pinata, however you want to say it.
Swing at the pinata. I think that's it.
Yeah, but Atami Fuji and Koto Shoho seem to be doing well in practice. Yoshino Fuji, I just heard something about him today, and I can't remember what it is. But like Oho, like this is his first time at this level, and there's some question that sometimes you just bounce off it because it's a big deal. So but he's been doing great the last year, and he's earned his way up here. He's clawed his way up here. So we'll see. I don't know. I kind of am thinking about Ao Nishiki. Every time I don't pick Ao Nishiki, he kicks everyone's butt and wins the tournament. So
That's right.
like, I don't know if he's ready. It's like
I'm taking note of the people you're like, no, I'm not this time. Then I'm gonna pick him.
Yeah, no, I am that karmic burden. Like when I pick him, that's when he gets injured, and
yeah.
I don't know if he needs that. I don't know if I need to weigh him down because I wanted to get back to Ozeki.
Right, yeah.
I'd love to see Atami Fuji do well. Having he did that same thing Oho did for a while, right? He kept getting promoted up this high and then falling and stumbling around for a while and getting back up. Well, he seems to have overcome that. In his hip problems seem not to be bothering him at the moment. At the moment, being these last 4 to 6 months. So unless he hurts himself again, well, he's got a shot at it. He's been in the mix until late in the tournament several times, and then kind of stumbles in week 2. That's except for the tournaments where he just stumbles out of the gate. So with Hoshodyu and Onosato, a question mark. If they are out, if we have another tournament that's even a little like last time, where our top guys are dropping around, I think Atami Fuji's in a good spot to challenge. I could see a Kirishima Atami Fuji playoff on the final day. Who knows? So
I still don't know who I'm gonna.
Yeah, I don't know for sure, but my leanings are Atami Fuji and Ao Nishiki. Of course, in last year's Nagoya Basho, Koto Shoho won the Yusho out of nowhere, and this is where this is the most difficult place to do it. So if he kind of thrives in this heat, that it could be that this is the tournament where every year he will do his best, maybe. In which case, he's certainly worth considering. And he kicked everyone's butt up and down the dohyo last year.
Yeah.
All right, so now our upper level Maegashira. We got Fujinokawa and Takanosho, Gonoyama and Shuranomi, Hiradomi and Hakuno Fuji, Daisho and Ichiyamamoto, and Ura and Oshoma. Haven't heard much word about any of them, so that just tells me that they're probably not hurt and they're not revving up for a push to Sanyaku.
Right.
So I don't know. Takanosho, I think he's had a good 6 months, but I don't think that he's got much. I don't think he's got much staying power at this level anymore. He was from 2020 to 2024. He was up in this top of the Bansuke in the Sanyaku regularly, but he's gotten a little older and gotten a little older. So he has the stuff to do it, but can he put together 15 days of it in the Nagoya heat? I don't know. Hakuno Fuji, another one of our shoulder problem guys, who's finally clawing his way back up. I would love to see him do well. I don't know that I'm feeling confident that he will, but I would love to see him put in another strong 15 days. Just don't get hurt, Hakuno Fuji. Just don't get hurt.
Yeah.
Daisho, like Takanosho. Daisho, 2.5 years ago, was on the verge of a potential Ozeki promotion when he injured himself, and he's now recovering from that injury, or he's recovered. He's coming back up, but also is 2.5, 3 years older. And I think that those days might be behind him. This might, performing up around this level sure seems within his grasp, but doing that and beating the Yokozuna and the Ozeki like he used to, I don't think that's so much. So again, a tournament where the Ozeki and Yokozuna are out is probably his best bet. So Ura at Maegashira 5. Maybe that's low enough for him to have one of his crazy good results and leapfrog up to an area that's too high for him again.
Right.
He's getting ready. If it's not this tournament, it might be next tournament. But at Maegashira 5, he's a reasonable choice. But you're kind of making a crapshoot.
Yeah.
All right. So middle Maegashira, we've got Shodai and Fujiseun.
That's Shodai guy.
That's Shodai. Oh no.
He might be on the rise.
Takayasu and Wakamoto Haru. Roga, Fujiryoga, Tobizaru, Asanoyama, and Chiyoshoma.
Tobizaru.
Come
back to life.
The flying monkey ready to jump back up?
I don't think so.
I don't think I'll be picking him.
I don't think so either.
But at Maegashira 9, that's pretty low down. He's going to have a first week where half of his matches or more are going to be people who are Maegashira 10 and lower. And he should do well against them. But then he's also going to have a bunch of matches against people up to and including Ura or maybe Daisho. So everyone, we sit and wait for the Ura Tobizaru match.
Yeah, we do.
That's our favorite match of the tournament.
Yeah, we enjoy that.
Asanoyama, is he ready to make another advancement? He's coming back after two, a long ban and then a big bad injury that dropped him down, and he's fought his way back for the second time. But he doesn't seem to have the edge anymore. Again, a couple of extra years is just a lot of mileage in sumo terms. And he hit the lower part of Makauchi, and he's done okay. Like, he's been advancing slowly. But if this was the what am I talking about? I'm talking about Asanoyama, right? Did I say Wakamoto Haru?
No.
Okay, good. Yeah, no, Asanoyama. But he's there. He's made it to Maegashira 10. This is the second tournament in a row that he is right at Maegashira. All he did was, I think he was actually 7 and 8 last time. But because of how everything was shaking out, he held rank. He at Maegashira 10, he should be winning. I mean, given his history and given him at his best, and him at his, he's got an Ozeki run in him. At Maegashira 10, he should have been decimating people, and he's not. He's just kind of holding his own. So, I think in my heart, I really want him to make that comeback, but in my brain, I'm finally beginning to say, I don't think that's ever going to happen. Takayasu, oldest guy in the division now, still hasn't ever won a tournament. But having dropped to Maegashira 7, he's going to have a pretty easy week 1. So if he can stay healthy, and we talked about this last tournament in May, that it's been a while since he's had an injury, which you could look at as good and could look at it like he's due.
Yeah.
But if he's healthy, he will have a relatively easy week 1 and could get in the mix for the Yusho race in week 2.
I'm going to say I was happy to see Roga
do
well.
Roga come back. I don't know. Yeah, this is about the area where Roga petered out last time.
Right.
So he hasn't shown me anything that makes me think that he's learned so much that he's going to do
rocket to the top
excessively better here. But he could still get a Kachikoshi. But I wouldn't expect 10 win. I wouldn't expect double-digit wins at it.
I do wonder how Wakamoto Haru does in light of,
of his brother.
Yeah. I would just wonder if that's going to have any impact on performance, and it could be a moment of like he's inspired to win one for his brother or something.
Could be. He was on our list of, boy, he may be dropping out of the division last time.
Yeah, he really was.
So, he seemed to kind of dig his heels in, like at the ring's edge.
Yeah, right. Just
now, is he ready to go storming back up? He's over 30 now, which isn't that old for you and me, but it's plenty old for a sumo wrestler. But above him, though, at Maegashira 7, Koto Shoho's younger brother. And they publicly talk about wanting to be only the third or fourth pair of brothers to both be ranked in Sanyaku at the same time.
Interesting.
So he's very publicly talking about wanting to get 10 wins this tournament and to push for a Sanyaku rank before the end of the year. Which is a little strange, from the kinds of things that the rikishi tend to say in interviews. But he's putting that out there and talking about it publicly. So if you're on his bandwagon, that might be a good sign that he's worth taking a shot at. I don't know. I think I might take my shot and put it on with Takayasu. Who? It won't be Shodai.
No, it won't be Shodai. Right. Yeah, I can't quite make a decision. I don't know.
Well, you've got about 12 hours to do it.
That's right. Of course, we're friends who are just popping in. We are talking about the Basho, the pending Basho, and we will be we're making decisions about our Fantasy Oyakata picks. And
you're about to play the Fantasy Oyakata thing again.
I didn't.
We're making decisions about Fantasy Oyakata.
I will. I just want to drop the link for everybody, and there we go. And you have until tomorrow at what do we say?
Pacific time.
Noon Pacific time.
Troy's going to be late, so you have until Troy puts his in.
How very dare you, sir? But yeah, I probably will be. And here, Magashira 14.
Magashira
West.
14, we're seeing Shishi and Kim Bozan. Which one are you talking about?
I was talking about West, which is Shishi.
Yeah.
And, I feel like I might just pick him.
Yeah. Yeah, well.
He always disappoints me when I pick, but hey.
I think if I was going to pick one of those two, I'd pick Kim Bozan.
I know, it's Kim Bozan, yeah.
Here, our bottom row, our lower Magashira start with Wakanosho, who's in his first or second tournament. I think his first tournament in top division. Takeumi, Asahakuryu, Abi, Nishiki Fuji, Takeru Fuji. Takeru Fuji's back. There's another guy who did great and injured himself and dropped down and just struggling coming back from that injury.
Did you hear about him during practice? I mean, are they...
No. I haven't heard anything much about him.
Yeah. Okay.
But he dropped down, came back to the top division, hurt himself again. He didn't drop lower than Judio, but he's been stuck in Judio now for a year and a half or more, kind of going in circles, trying to get it all together.
Interesting. Well, he's made it back. Again. That's great.
So I hope we're going to see good Takeru Fuji. I hope he's healed and when he came up the first time, he was just exploding off the line and blowing everyone away.
Yeah.
And we were saying, well, that he seems to be a one-trick pony. And that's no way for a long-term career. At the top, they learn to deal with your one trick.
They crack your code and then yeah.
And so he has been I watched some of his Jurio matches, and I remember when he was in the top division most recently, and he's not always exploding like the way he used to. And the thing is that when he doesn't, he's not an explosively dominant rikishi.
Right.
So it's harder for him to get the wins. I mean, it's better for him as just career-wise, is long-term kind of where he can go up and hold, but it's kind of sad. It's kind of a shame because that guy who blew everyone off the line was so fantastic to watch. But
yeah,
I'd say he knows he can't rely on that. And part of the problem with that is if you're not doing it all the time, he still, even when he goes in hard, he's not as dominant as he had been. He's still strong and wins that way, and I think that's his strongest kind of sumo, that kind of oshi pushing sumo. But he's not it's like you see this in boxers often. So Mike Tyson's maybe the best example of this that I can think of, where when he was at his best, you knew what he was going to do, but he was so good and people were so scared of it that he just beat people up, other top level boxers up by just being crazy man. And I think that's what Takeru Fuji had, that kind of aura around him. Like, how does this? He's not that big. He's not that experienced. How is this guy doing it?
Keeping him on their toes,
He did it to me.
Interesting. But he's not. He doesn't have that same.
Yeah, I think that aura is gone, and that's rather than any loss in skill or ability. I think that's what's keeping even his pushing and thrusting from being as dominant as it had been that first time through.
Yeah.
Onokatsu is back. Onokatsu, if you remember, is a guy who was Onosato's big rival in college and in the ranks.
We were expecting some sparks. Yeah.
Yes, everyone was kind of hoping and expecting that he would have the same kind of career as Onosato, but he hasn't. And it's taken him longer to adjust and to climb up, and he fell out of the top division last time or a few tournaments back, but he's back now, and I still think he's got it in him to be a middle Magashira or higher rikishi. He's got to prove it.
Right.
So yeah, I mean, down in this lower level, I might go for Kimbozan. I might. Abi's a strange one. Abi has had some physical problems. I don't remember what it was. It's a knee or thigh problem last time, but he had a really bad tournament last time.
Yeah.
And uh, it wasn't obvious. It took a report later on to tell me that he actually had an injury he was dealing with. So I don't know. I don't know whether he's recovered or what. He's certainly someone that is an up and down rikishi, right? We've seen this over the last few years.
Yeah.
He goes up to the top and he comes down towards the bottom and bounces up to the top. Is he ready to bounce up to the top, or is he not done falling yet? I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know. But if he's ready to bounce up, this is a good place to do it from.
Yeah. I'm certain. I mean, I'm not personally moved with excitement to pick him, but
yes, but he's got. I think someone that's got to be under consideration. He certainly has the potential to get double-digit wins ranked at Maegashira 12.
yeah.
All right. Well, I mean, that's what we got. And that's how it goes. So we've got to pick 5 rikishi and put them in, go to the link that is in the chat by noon Pacific tomorrow.
That's right.
And you can join our all free, all fantastic.
All free, all fantastic. All the fantastic, really, you can.
Right. Oh, it's so fantastic.
Yeah.
So fantasyful.
Oodles, fantasyful. Yeah. Of Fantasy Oyakata.
I think it'd be fun to do a fantastical Oyakata where there's like D&D monsters.
Oh, I like that.
Right?
Yeah. Super fun. Yeah, you'll find the link in chat. And of course, again, that is for Fantasy Oyakata.
Indeed.
Indubitably.
And I will be starting my daily coverage of the tournament on Sunday over on our Facebook page.
Yeah. You can check that out.
We have a Facebook page.
We have a Facebook page, a Facebook community.
Yes.
Very energetic, fun, thoughtful, groovy folks, and you can have some fun hanging out.
I will post the results of each day of the previous day. I'll also give you my thoughts at the start of the day of how people did yesterday. The race for the U show is going. I can't remember even any of my words. And who's injured, who's not, who's looking good, what the big fight of the day might be, and in the comments, I will post links to some of the places on YouTube where you can go to see that day's action. Now, those of you who've seen this before know that some of the places I link to are only available for a very short while, and some of them show up late. So
that's right. Yeah,
go back. There might be more. But our big ones are Kintama Yama's video, which is the one I watch each day. It's the most compact one where you get to see all of the tournaments, but it's only available for 24 hours, and then he takes it down.
Yeah.
And then there's Sumo with Herbert, which is our favorite one because that's Nato. That's former Nato Sumo. And
that's right.
You got all of his usual informative graphics and funny little posts. And I use his start of the video graphic to show how everyone's doing, to show how the situation of the race. So you'll be able to see each day who's got what score and where everything's going. Also, we do the NHK. NHK has a Grand Sumo show that they put on the NHK World channel, but they don't release it to YouTube until the day after.
Yeah.
So that if you want to find out what happened on a particular day, you won't be able to get the NHK one. So it's kind of like Kintami Yama disappears and NHK appears.
Right.
And I've been posting Don Sumo. He posts a top 10 matches of the day for each day, so you don't get all of them, but he does a really great breakdown of what's happening. There's a slow motion breakdown of the 10 fights that he picks, and shows you what moves are being made. It gives you names and how the match unfolded and all that. It's really very informative.
It's good stuff. Yeah. And you can come and hang out with the rest of the community. And, we've got several very, very passionate Fantasy Oyakata folks. And yeah.
Yes, we do.
So come connect. It's a lot of fun.
Please do.
What else?
Oh, and I also post our Fantasy Oyakata standings each day.
That's
so
right.
You can watch as Troy and I sink to the bottom and then fight for last place.
That's right. With dignity, no less.
Right. That's right. You know what? I tell you what. As much as it's not, it doesn't feel great to be in that position. There's a part of me that feels better than winning my own game all the time, because I won like 3 or 4 times in a row.
Well, and folks really have. I mean, you've been fighting for your life.
Mm-hmm. We've gotten some really smart people that join in, and they've made better choices than mine by a lot.
We just don't know where they're getting all this insider information, because it's always surprising. We say, well, why is everybody voting for that rikishi? What do they know that we don't know? And then they win.
There's usually one really good choice. I mean, that's the thing, you find that there are a lot of similarities, and then usually in one of the divisions, there's someone makes a good choice, and that's what they win by, because they pick the person who's doing great. Did they get lucky? Did they know something? Well, they do it regularly, so that it can't just be pure luck.
Right. Got to be some skill.
Yeah.
And yeah. Well, of course, all the things they learned from the Sumo
Show.
Oh,
and I'm so excited. This is what makes me, you people, you need to go do it. 12.
Yeah.
Go do it. You got till noon tomorrow, Pacific time. Not even your noon. Most of the world, you've got till afternoon.
That's right. Yeah. It's going to be, yeah. So you have plenty of time to get over there and do it. Right. Link in chat, of course. And then hello to our friends from Reddit who might be stopping by. Always nice to have to see new faces and hanging out and joining the event. It should be a lot of fun.
And then we will be back on Sunday evening. We'll be back at the end of day 1 to report on how the first day went, and
that's right,
and set things up for the Basho.
Should be exciting.
I'm looking forward to it.
Sunday, 7 p.m. Pacific, right here in this very space.
If you found us now, you can find us then.
Easy, real easy. We're easy to find.
We're just easy.
We are quite easy as well. Speaking of easy,
we're easy as Sunday evening.
That's right.
Right.
I love it.
Easy.
Is that who is that? That's
Commodores. It's Lionel Richie.
Lionel Richie, that's right. Who doesn't like some Lionel Richie covers on a Sumo Show?
I may have to go to karaoke and sing.
I think we should do that. Honestly, we've been talking about it. I think that'd be a ton of fun. There's some great dive bars and other places.
Yeah, dive bars. It's been a while since I went to dive bars.
I wish I could say the same.
Well, I live in the boring suburbs.
True. Home to some of the best dive bars, though.
Yeah.
All righty. Well,
all right. So you ready? I'm trying to give you an outro so I don't drag you on. I know you've got business to take care of.
Yes, he's giving me the business because I am.
You don't have to tell anyone.
I'm just saying I gotta go. All right, here's these drums. Whee!
You have been listening to The Sumo Show, a live podcast about the art and sport of sumo. Your hosts tonight have been Stan Brown and Troy Hewitt. Production by Troy Hewitt. Sumoliering by Stan Brown. And Initial Charge by Tachi Troy.
Hi.
So until Sunday night, just 2 days from now, when we'll be back to talk about day one of the Nagoya Basho, we say to you, Ja Matane!
Bye.